everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaylin and I own Ollie's Crochet, where we sell patterns, plushies, and more. I'm currently on my second iced coffee of the day, which I normally drink 12-ounce coffees. This is only an 8-ounce, so I don't feel that guilty about it, but it's really gloomy outside and rainy, which means I'm just freezing. I live in Florida and it's literally June and I'm so cold. The second I see rain, my body just feels cold, so I'm cozied up in leggings, a sweatshirt, hot coffee as opposed to my normal iced coffee, so today's gonna be a cozier video for sure. Today's video is gonna be very different than my normal videos. Normally I like to do my little crochet vlogs with you guys, show you what I've made and stuff like that, but I do have another video in the works for most likely next week, depending on when my packages come in, but it's the art trade that I talked about last week. That's where I'm doing an art trade with two different artists who are crocheters or plushie makers, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and make this video just a little bit more relaxed, and we're gonna go ahead and do a yarn haul as well as a little Q&A so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. So if you guys saw my recent Trixie Troll pattern, you may recognize that I'm kind of working on a new body style that I'm going to be using and implementing into future patterns. So one of those pattern examples is Halloween patterns. So Halloween patterns are one of my favorite things in the world. I love doing them. I love Halloween. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas is just my time of year. That's my time to shine. I love it. So I needed some more Halloween colors, and that's really what we focused on for this pattern pack. I'm going to be doing, I don't want to say too much about it, but Halloween babies, I guess is what we're going to call them for now. So I needed to get some yarn for that, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what yarn I got and what it's going to be used for. I ordered from Premier Yarns because that's probably my new favorite yarn. Other than Bernat, I really like using Premier with a 7mm hook. I think it works out perfect and makes the perfect size plushies. They're a lot smaller than using Bernat with an 8mm hook is my typical or go-to yarn and hook size. But I've really been liking Premier and making miniature plushies, so that's what we stuck with for this yarn haul. And now that Joann's is closed, this is probably going to be something that we use a lot in the future. So let's get into this big box. First, I got 3 oranges. I did use one of them already, so I only have like maybe a 1/5 of the skein left, and I used it for a bunny that you guys will see in my next video. But I got 3 of these and have 2 left that I'm going to use for pumpkins. This is the color Tangerine. I'll be honest, I really don't even remember what I got. I just remember the reason that I got them. So as we go through this, I will know what it's for, but kind of digging in blind right now, I don't remember exactly what I got. I got 2 of these cool green colors. It's kind of like a foresty green. Not necessarily an olive, but I don't know. It's called sage, so I guess it is sage green. I got 2 of these to make some zombies, so that will be a lot of fun. Zombies are one of my favorite Halloween makes. You guys will see how I make them for this pattern, but zombies are just so much fun because there's so many cool elements that go into them that's not in your typical plushie. So a lot of fun techniques that I like to do. So yeah, we'll wait for these guys. These are gonna be fun. I got 2 of these lime greens, which I don't know if it's picking up properly on camera. It might be a little bit too bright, but I got 2 of these in the color Kiwi. These ones I'm still debating on whether or not I'm actually going to use. If I do, it's going to be for a cauldron. So I used this exact color for my Little Monsters cauldron pattern from Halloween last year, and I made the cauldron bubbles in this color, which was perfect. So if I implement the cauldron this year, then I will be using these again because I did run out. If not, honestly, perfect frog color for leggy frogs or chunky frogs, so I will be using this in the future, even if it's not for the Halloween pattern. But yes, 2 in the color Kiwi. I got 2 yellows. These are in the color Lemon. So these ones I did not get for anything Halloween related, but I needed some more yellow. I haven't had the Bernat yellow for quite a while. I think it was called School Bus or something like that. And that's like my ideal yellow. So this is pretty close. I really do like this color. I always need yellow, so I got 2 of these. And who knows, maybe I will implement this into some candy corn. I think that would be cool. I might have just added a new pattern idea to the pattern pack, but I don't know yet. I'd have to see how I could actually work that in. But 2 in the color Lemon. Next, I got 2 dark purples. These are in the color Eggplant. So these I kind of got for the same reason as the yellow, where I needed more purple, but I did plan on hopefully using this for a cat if I can execute it properly the way I want to. then this would be for like a little Halloween cat to just add to the pattern bundle, because it could be the same body style and just a really, really easy modification. I figured why not include another one in there. So hopefully this is for a cat. This is the color Eggplant, and this is really pretty. I'm not a purple person. I actually hate the color purple, unless it's lavender, like deep purple. I hate it, and I think it's because when I was growing up, it was everybody's favorite color, and it was just like overused. Same with maroon. I just saw so much of it that I got tired of it. But this one I really like. Very vibrant. You can see it on camera, like it's gorgeous. So 2 in Eggplant. I got 2 in this purple. It's more of a muted, faded purple. This is in the color Mulberry, and I got this for Frankenstein's pants, most likely. I believe this is what color his pants are. If not, I'm gonna use them anyway. It's yarn, so it won't go to waste. But I got this for Frankenstein's, no, his shirt. I think that's what it is. Now I don't know. I am forgetting. I think this is Frankenstein's shirt, but either way, 2 Mulberry. So I like these a lot. And that is another thing that I got 2 of these for, because I would like to make one into Frankenstein himself, make him green. So this is for one for a zombie, one for Frankenstein. I really liked purple, I guess, when I was shopping, because I got another purple, which I don't remember getting this one, but now I know why I got it. It's Dusty Lilac, so it's an even more muted, more faded purple, but this one is gorgeous. I love this. This one I would also like to try to turn into a zombie. I think it would be cool to have a muted green and a muted purple zombie. I think that'd be fun zombie vibes. I don't know. It makes sense to me. I think this would be a perfect zombie, so I got 2 of these. Also for these patterns, because they are fairly small, it doesn't even take a full skein to make an entire plushie. So I'm gonna have a lot of this left over, but maybe I'll make some multiples or dupes, we'll see. But I got 2 of these. Next, I got some red. This is a really pretty, bright, vibrant red. It's in the color Poppy. This is gorgeous. I didn't even realize online how bright it was, but I love it. I am completely out of red yarn. I have been out of red yarn for a very long time. So I got 2 of these. I really only need like the tiniest bit of a skein, probably like 20 feet of this, because I'm going to be using it for blood detailing on the Halloween plushies. But I decided I just was going to get 2 because, like I said, I haven't had red in so long, and I often need it for details and don't have it. So good to have 2 of these. And like I said, this is Poppy. Super pretty. Very happy I got 2 of these, so I will be putting this to good use. Lastly, this is not a color that I needed, and I don't really regret getting, because you always need more neutrals like blacks, whites, browns. But this one I didn't need anytime soon. I'm actually working off of a Premier black right now, and I bought one of the jumbo skeins in the past, and I have so much of it left. So I really didn't need to get 2 of these. I do wish that instead of these, I just got 2 more reds, or like 1 red and 1 orange or something, because that orange is always a color that I need and one of my favorite yarn colors. So I didn't need these, but I got them. This is in the color black. That's it. It's just called black. But that's this color, just a plain black. So 2 of these. Totally unnecessary. I know I got it for Frankenstein's hair, the cauldron too, but like I said, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm working off of a massive skein of Premier Black right now, and I have so much left. So this was not necessary, but whatever. So all of that yarn came to a total of like $81 and change, which is really a good deal. That's including tax, and I got free shipping because I spent over $75. Definitely a great deal. Premier's yarns are 112 yards each, and like I said, I use a 7mm hook, so it lasts a really long time. It goes a really long way. So I will have a lot of leftover yarn after I finish my Halloween pattern pack, and it's not a bad thing. So very, very happy with this purchase. I haven't bought yarn in a very long time. It's been quite a while, and I haven't bought any unnecessary yarn this year. I've stuck to my yarn band to use up all the yarn I had, but I needed more bright colors because I'm getting down to having just neutrals and like navies and I don't know, just colors I don't use often. I don't think I own hardly any more pink yarn, and if I do, it's like 2 skeins, which pink is my favorite color. So I'm gonna need to invest in some pink soon, but I'm waiting till I have an actual need for it. I am super proud that I've stuck to my yarn band so well, because I did not think I would. I usually hoard yarn, and I'm really bad about buying it all. So I'm shocked that when Joann's went out of business, I didn't just go crazy, because I really didn't need to. So I am proud of myself. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some Q&A questions. So I posted this on my story, I think twice, just saying if you have any questions, ask me, I'll answer them, get to know me or my business or whatever. So I screenshotted the questions on my phone, and we're gonna go ahead and go through those really quick. So the first one was, would you ever do a craft room tour? And yes, I would. But my craft room, to be honest with you, is not like my dream craft room. It's not super pretty. I used to have this huge white shelving, but I got rid of it because my husband and I were gonna move. So we sold it, and then we decided not to move. So we just replaced it with some like cheaper black shelving, and I regret selling it, so I don't know. I also share an office with my husband because he works from home. So he has his little tiny desk in the corner, and the rest of it's mine. But maybe when my craft room is set up to be more aesthetically pleasing one day, I'll do an actual tour. For now, it's kind of in the back of my videos, but I would like to set it up the way I plan on having it and doing a full tour one day. I do think that would be a lot of fun. Next is, how do you manage being a mom and also a business owner? It's hard. I struggle. The majority of my crochet gets done when she's napping. I would say 99% of it. It's very rare that I'm able to crochet when she's awake, but it just depends. Most of the crochet is definitely done when she's asleep, and I lose a lot of sleep over it myself. I usually like to go to bed at like 8:30, I'm asleep. That's how I've been my entire life. But now that I'm a mom and a small business owner, I often stay awake till like midnight, sometimes 2 a.m. It just depends on what projects I'm working on, and then lose a lot of sleep because she usually wakes up from 6 to 7, so it just depends. But that's how I manage coffee and lack of sleep. I had 4 people ask me where I got my business name or what Ollie's Crochet is named from. So I have a Chihuahua named Ollie. And his name's Oliver. We call him Ollie for short. And years ago when I was coming up with this business idea, I was like, what do I name my business? I just had no idea. I had like cowgirl crochet in my head, but I'm not like country at all, so I don't know where that came from. I just live in Florida. But I had cowgirl crochet, I had XO crochet, I had crochet because my name's Shaylin, and I was like, no one's gonna get that. So I went with Ollie's Crochet, and I actually really like the name. I love it. I think it's just like catchy and easy, and a lot of people do think my name is Ollie. I get called Ollie all the time now, but my name is not Ollie. My name is Shaylin, but if you call me Ollie because of my business name, I will respond to it, and I will not correct you because that's totally my own wrongdoing. So I don't mind it at all. But yeah, that's where I got my business name from, because I have a little Chihuahua named Ollie who is my heart. I love him so much. I had a few people also ask me for advice with coming up with unique patterns or pattern inspiration, where I get my inspiration. So I honestly just see random things out in the world and I'm like, oh, I could crochet that. I've always been a huge plushie collector. Stuffed animals has always been my thing since I was little. So anytime I see a cute stuffed animal that I really like and think I could crochet, I just try to put my own spin on it. So I don't know, there's some things that I come up with on a whim too. So my clown cat pattern, for example, I was literally awake at night brainstorming patterns, brainstorming my Halloween ideas, and I thought I wanted to do a clown pattern and a black cat pattern potentially. And then I thought about how cute it would be to mix a clown and a cat. I just thought that would be adorable. So I thought that would be a fun way to not get too far into Halloween yet and make a fun little pattern that's just a single plushie. Because I've been doing a lot of pattern packs recently, so I wanted something a little bit easier that is still fun and you could make, match whatever style you have. So that's how I came up with the clown cat pattern, and that's how I come up with a lot of patterns, is I just think of random things in my head, or I see something out in the world and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna crochet that. I do have a huge list on my phone where I keep track of every single pattern idea I've had, and sometimes I'll look at it weeks later and I'll be like, what on earth was I thinking? That's a horrible idea. And then other times I'll look at it weeks later and think, you know what, I still like that idea. I'm gonna stick to it and I'm gonna make it. Up next is your top 3 favorite designers. This is a hard one because I just feel like there's so many, and I definitely have more than 3. Like, I can't even compare really, but I would say the obvious, Crochet by Jenna. I think she's probably one of everybody's favorites. She's just amazing. She's an inspiration to the whole community, so I would say she's up there. JB Baby Designs. I love her posts. I like that she kind of post some lifestyle stuff too, as well as crochet a little bit. Like, her vibes are just great. I love that she is so colorful because that's the kind of color that I need in my life. So JB Baby Designs. And number 3, I would definitely say, I don't know how to say the first name, and I could be saying it wrong, Charlize's Crochet Closet, so I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. I'm so sorry if I am. She's the whole reason that I got into crocheting plushies rather than blankets or scarves or hats. I think she serves as an inspiration to so many in the community. So definitely she is in my top 3. That's a no-brainer for me because she is so brilliant. Her patterns are just so cute and they just are perfect. Like they're just adorable. They look like they all have their own personality. I would say those are my top 3 designers. I had a few people ask what are the favorite patterns that I have designed, and I would say my Little Monsters pattern, the original one, is one of my favorites ever. I love that pattern so much to this day, and I was just thinking that I really want to make a lot more, especially with the Premier Basics yarn, because I think it would turn out so cute being smaller than the normal Bernat. So that's up there for sure. And also my sock monkey pattern. My sock monkey pattern is really fun. That one was a labor of love because it took like, I think 5 or 6 hours to make. It's a really, really long pattern. It's a tedious pattern, but it is definitely one of my favorite ones that I designed. I was really into like jumbo plushies at the time, and right now I'm really liking small plushies. So it just depends. I think every time I design a new pattern, it becomes my favorite again. Even the clown cat though is like kind of up there. I just crocheted a clown cat the other day that was so cute and colorful that you guys will see in my next video. So I think my favorite patterns that I've designed would have to be my Little Monsters, the original pack, the sock monkey pattern, and probably the clown cat that I'm releasing soon. Those have gotta take the cake. And lastly, somebody asked, what are some of your hobbies? Crochet is the obvious answer. Crochet is the biggest hobby that I have. It's what I'm passionate about in life, but I used to read a lot, I used to draw, I used to do a ton of different art forms, but crochet is the only one that I ever stuck with and committed to. I definitely jumped from hobby to hobby before crochet, and I just fell in love with crochet, which I think has happened to so many others in the community. I also enjoy baking a lot. I didn't ever think I would, and maybe it's just eating the baked goods after the fact, but I love baking now. I think it's so fun. I make everything from scratch. Makes me feel accomplished too. Like if I have a kitchen full of baked goods, my baby's asleep, I'm crocheting, and my husband and I are sitting on the couch watching TV, then I just feel like that was a full day. I've completed everything I can do that day, and that's a successful day to me. So I would say crochet and baking are probably my 2 biggest hobbies. So I think that is all of the questions that I'm gonna go ahead and answer this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely be sure to tune in to next week's video because it's gonna be really exciting. I think it's the video that I'm most excited for. There's gonna be some Labubu's, some handmade plushies, some crocheted plushies, just a lot of stuff going on in this art trade, and it's gonna be so much fun. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!